All right, we all hate it, okay? Despite all the squats, the dieting, cellulite does not discriminate. Matter of fact, 80% of us women have it, and it's very annoying. But what if I told you that the first FDA-approved long-term treatment is on the market, an actual cellulite cure? Well, here's somebody that doesn't understand the pain because he has no cellulite, but he's a doctor, and he's going to tell us about it. Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
And these are actually areas of fat that are protruding through the skin.
Cellulite. More than 80% of women develop it, and they spend millions of dollars on over-the-counter creams as a temporary fix.
I've been working out my entire life. Very athletic, have been forever, used to be in the military. I still have issues.
So Sheikha Richard chose to get Cellulase. It's a new FDA-approved procedure that targets cellulite from under the skin.
And there are fibers in the fat that are actually pulling the skin down. And what we're going to do is we're going to release those fibers.
According to a small peer-reviewed study of 10 women with funding by the company, with just one treatment, cellulite is gone, and the results last a year or more. The patient uses just a local anesthetic and is awake the entire time.
So you feel a little needle there.
Once numb, a laser is inserted right under the skin.
Right this moment, I am melting the fat that is causing the bulges up in her skin. So remember, cellulite has two things. It has bulges and dimples. And that's that cottage cheese appearance that everyone complains about. So what I'm first doing is melting the bulges. All right, so we've done all of our green circled areas. So now we're going to go after those things that are pulling down the skin.
Here's what Cellulase looks like from the inside. First, the laser goes in and melts the fat cells that cause bulges. Next, it cuts and vaporizes those fibers under your skin which cause the dimples. And then the laser heats the skin, which the company says allows new collagen to form.
This is not something that happens overnight. You know, it's a dynamic process. I mean, and we get people who want the quick fix, and we can't deliver that.
It can take about 3 months after the procedure to see the full results. But it's too soon to say just how long these results will last.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. And of course, it's the last line in the piece, right? And I'm sitting here watching this going, Sonny, does this really work? How long does it last? Right. What are the side effects? Give me some more scoop.
You know, so the study which came out, and I think which sort of prompted the FDA approval, which is why we're reporting it, looked at a year-long sort of and had good results in terms of cellulite not coming back. We did some of our own investigation, talked to a woman in one of the early trials, now 3 years out. She's a registered nurse and says it hasn't come back for her as well 3 years later. So, you know, that's one person, that's anecdotal. But, you know, obviously the FDA has looked at some of this and also looked at the long-term sort of effects.
Okay, you know what I want to know. So many women, and I've done it in the past, been a long time, because for me it didn't work. The creams, the scrub things, that's, you know, and they all say, oh, it takes away your cellulite.
They're very expensive. And now, having watched that piece, you probably understand why a cream would not work, because it's these fibers.
So no matter what, those creams do not work.
What most of those creams tend to do is they tend to plump up your skin, give a little bit of increased blood flow, so you look like the skin is plumper and you don't see the cellulitis as much. But two things. One is it's not addressing the cellulitis, and two, it's very temporary, obviously, as a result. So, you know, the fibers pulling and puckering the skin down, like you saw in that piece, that the reason that this works is it sort of addresses the problem from underneath.
How much is it?
It's not cheap, and as with most cosmetic procedures, you got a lot of things to risk, ways in terms of risks and benefits, but about $2,500 for a single area on both legs. If you're doing, you know, both, you know, front and back, for example, it can get up to $5,000. So
a leg.
Well, you can do a single area on both legs for about $2,500.
Got it.
If you do 2 areas on both legs, $5,000. So it does get pretty pricey.
Jeez.
Not cheap.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Does that help? I don't know.
I'm still amazed that the woman let you shoot video of her.
I
mean, she is a brave woman. I mean, she looked good with the cellulite.
No, I know. She didn't have much to complain about, but she wanted people to see how it all works. That was good.
It's pretty fascinating. Yeah. Made me cringe a little. Thanks, Sanjay. All right, well, for more medical updates, you can also check out Sanjay's show, Sanjay Gupta, MD, every Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Eastern on Sundays, and you can catch more on this procedure.